There is no doubt that everyone right now is looking for a harmony, a tranquility, a balance within, a connection with our soul, a unity with our soul. And every religion, philosophy, science, we could say, every spiritual program or even self-developing programs are sharing with us a number of tools that we can use to numb, to desensitize this feeling of stress. Because when we are under stress, when we are depressed, when we have this feeling of anxiety and fear and doubt, what do? We of course try to implement this way or another some solutions, some tools. But the tools are only temporarily. They work only temporarily, because after a few days, few weeks, maybe months, the pain, the stress come back. They come back. They are like a shadow that walk with us wherever we go. So what to do? How we can deal with the source that causes really this stress? And this stress, of course, does not allow us to connect with our soul, to connect with our consciousness, with 99.99%. That is the problem. We cannot manifest this, whatever we desire. And on a side, it is worth mentioning here right now that if there is any challenge in our business, or if there is a challenge in our relationship with children, or with spouse, or boyfriend, girlfriend, or with our clients, or with our health, it's so obvious that as long as we cannot find this unity with ourselves, with our souls, how can we really help collectively? How can we really help our neighbor? We try, but doesn't work. So, what is it, this unity? What this unity is all about? How we can build this unity within? I presume that many times you have asked yourself that how come that this political party, whatever, this one, the present one, or the previous one, or the future one, how come that without this knowledge or this smartness they have, or whatever we called, they are not wise, how come that they reign? What's going on? And the same applies to mafia, to churches, to sects, to different kind of organization. How come that they still are on? We cannot eradicate mafia, right, from our life. We try. Police try to do it, but doesn't work. There is some kind of unity. And this unity, of course, is that they are ready to give everything, the one member to another member. It's ready to give absolutely everything. Absolutely everything. Even life, perhaps, to save another person. And you see, whether we like that or not, it works. Because this is a spiritual law. That it has to work whatever that person or that party desires. Of course, this is not unity. The source is from fear, from lack, from anxiety, from doubt. Of course. And will not work. Eventually, it will really be a negative outcome and effect from that, as it was in the past. When we talk about Atlantis, when we talk about Babel, the Tower of Babel, when we talk about Egypt, it's the same here. They needed to have control over other people, but they had unity. But this is, of course, not the unity I would like to talk about. However, I just gave you some thought to know how powerful unity is. So we know that everything constitutes of consciousness. We know that this cell phone, that computer, that table, everything that surrounds us, even our thought, desire, and our memories, our pain, constitutes of consciousness. So if, for example, we go to a restaurant and we were going for a very positively with our attitude and mindset to a meeting, to this posh and fancy restaurant. And for some reason, this meeting didn't work. The food didn't taste as it's supposed to. The meeting didn't work out. Something didn't work. How many times have you encountered such a thing? Because people who were there before, they left their energy on the table, in the restaurant, in the environment, in this ambient, on the armchair or chair. They left the energy. And the thing is that we cannot build unity when there is a coexistence of these two energy, this negative energy and this positive energy. It doesn't work this way, because you see, you felt positively, but afterwards you felt bad. You didn't feel good. We need to separate and from this negative intelligent energy. So what is unity? Unity, it's separation. Unity is separation from the negative intelligent energy, and this separation builds protection. Without protection, we cannot do anything. So the paramount aspect is to understand what unity is all about. Unity is protection, and this protection is being built by separating ourselves from negative part of consciousness. Of course, I'm talking about our consciousness and other people's consciousness. So in this video presentation and this week, I'm going to talk more about this unity, how we can build unity and how we can transform this, what doesn't let us go, just come back. It's haunting us. The stress, the pain, the anxiety. So before I give you a couple of examples, live examples, think about it for a second. Let's say that you had been asked to help your colleague. So what happened next? A desire comes to our mind. This desire comes first of all from the soul's memory. This desire brings thought or thoughts, which awakens feeling, emotions, because these emotions, how we feel suddenly, there has to be cause to that emotions. There has to be cause. This cause is thought. This thought came from desire. So if I feel now, I feel in my heart, I feel in my emotions, in my feeling, positively, yes, I see myself, I want to do it, let's go. So all my actions and the environment and everything what I'm going to do, what it follows and will follow, will be good. But at the same time, if I have a feeling in my heart, I don't feel good, I don't want to go there, not today. Oh, again, I have to go there. I don't want to do that, but I have to, because this person helped me before, or I am obliged to do it, or there are so many other people, or I'm in a public place and I cannot say no because I'm going to be judged, whatever that is, or I would feel ashamed if I don't do this, whatever that is. And we are going to do it and to help that person, eventually, as the outcome, it will work against us because it came to aberration, consciousness aberration. Even if we don't go and we have this feeling, this bad feeling, it means that this feeling had been already in our consciousness. It came to us from somewhere, out of blue, but it came from our consciousness. So if we have this feeling and we helped or we don't help, still we increase, we add only this negative energy to our consciousness. So we don't want to feel bad, therefore we go and help and share. But still, everything is consciousness. And this is, you see, there are two separate desires. One desire in our mind, in my consciousness tells me, yeah, I want to share, I want to help, I want to do. And simultaneously, there is another part of my desire or my consciousness or my feeling that doesn't want to do these actions I am supposed to do. There is a conflict. There is a conflict. There is no unity. And the problem is that we are not aware of this. We are not aware. And that is the problem. That's the main problem. So imagine me as a spiritual advisor. A student calls me and he's influential student, or my client. He's influential. He knows so many people, well-known people, and he's wealthy person. Now, of course, my job, and I feel, is to help this person, is to help, to give him advice, whatever that is. But at the same time, I have this feeling too. One feeling is telling me I'm helping, I'm doing a great job, it's my responsibility to give what I have. But at the same time, I'm just thinking like kind of, but this person knows other people. This person may help me too to build up my business. Maybe I should reschedule my time. Maybe I should spend a little bit more time with this person. Maybe instead of talking to him in 2 weeks, I will talk to him tomorrow. It doesn't matter. It looks good. It looks great. I am sharing. But I am building in my consciousness these two opposite desires. One desires, yes, but another part, what I will have from that? You see, that is this negative part that already had been in me, in my consciousness. I need to separate that. Otherwise, this client, sooner or later, there is no time, will come back to me unsatisfied. He's not going to be satisfied. He's not going to like me as a spiritual advisor. And of course, we don't want that. Nobody wants to have this experience. Think about of a girl that is going to get married soon, within, let's say, a 3 months period. And she is kind of wise. Before she get married, she moves to her potential husband's house to see what is the relationship over there with sister and brothers and this prospective mother and father. She wants to know what's going on over there. Smart girl. So then there are problems because these people are moving her things around, comes to her bathroom, to use things. What's going on over there? There is a conflict building in her. She doesn't know what to do. They tell her, you have to do this, you have to do that. She doesn't like. She doesn't speak. But the conflict is building. There is no unity. And of course, on the top of that, maybe this boyfriend or fiancé is checking her cell phone and the texts. He also has the conflict with himself. There are so many conflicts. And people don't know what to do. It's not about just meet in the middle and compromise. Oh, I will compromise with my life and you will compromise with your life. No, it doesn't work this way. The conflict will be strengthened. The conflict is going to be even stronger. The conflict is going to be built up in the future until whatever that is. We don't want to say that. But there is a conflict, and this conflict, they have to work maybe for a year, maybe all life. Maybe there are other areas in their life they have to work too because there is a conflict. And it will not go away. These people don't know what to do. This girl doesn't know what to do. This spiritual advisor doesn't know what to do. It looks all right. But you see, there is one activity, one desire, but two unconscious, we could say, or at least one unconscious. This negative energy, intelligent energy, we are not aware. And as long as we don't separate from this conflict, there is no unity, there is no protection, because we allow this energy to join us. And how many times in your life, think about it for a second, whatever you do in your life, how many times was like you really wanted, you really dedicated your life. You saw yourself in a situation, I am going to help to share whatever I'm going to do in my life. I want to share, I want to give. What is the best in me? Whatever you do. And this client came to you, and he was really, or she really grateful. She appreciated that, or they truly. They asked for your help, and after a month, 6 months, or 2 years, they turn against you. They turn 180 degrees against you. Have you ever noticed that? How come? Of course, it's easy to point out it's their responsibility. We don't understand what's going on. But let's think for a second what is happening here. Why? Why this is happening? Do you know why? Because they choose you. You had something. They, first of all, they didn't have unity. They had disunity. They thought that they had unity when they choose you to come to you, or they come to me for help. They think because they had this feeling from one side, I want to do it. But from other side, there was a conflict they were not aware of. And this conflict made, at the end of the day, you, a person responsible for their unhappiness. Of course, most of the time works that these people come to us and we are also not aware. So both sides working unconsciously on something that will not work at the end of the day, or maybe with that particular person. But we don't see that. But what happened really? They didn't have this unity with themselves. What does this mean, they didn't have unity? What does this mean for this girl and this boyfriend and the marriage? They didn't have unity, they don't have. It means that they came to us because you or I had this solution to their problem. We had this 5 senses mechanical solution how to resolve her or his problem. And if we choose this mechanical answer, this suggestion, this solution to a problem, to that conflict, we run away, and that's the key word, from consciousness. You see, there is no consciousness. So, if there is no consciousness in that product, if there is no consciousness in whatever we want to accomplish, because there is only resolution, there is solution, there is mechanical product to do something, to have or to diminish this conflict. If there is no consciousness, then we just increase the power of this consciousness that came to us as the feeling, I didn't like it, something. In order to build protection, in order to build unity, wherever you want to build the unity, we need to separate from that part of, let's say, consciousness that doesn't have consciousness, because there is this negative energy that had been put into our consciousness, this mechanical energy, the 5 senses, the ego was put into our soul. And this what creates problems in our life. And of course, I'm going to talk more about this in the next video presentation this week, but just think about it. Just by thinking about it, how we can build unity, or how this unity is being built, it's a powerful aspect, it's a powerful thought to know, to share, to implement in our life, and about which I'm going to talk in the next video presentation.